This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
Ryder's dog has an Instagram account, Gordon Marshmallow, and deserves it. What a handsome dog. And Ryder posted a picture of Gordon cuddling me. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the photo, it mostly shows the top of my head because I'm laying down.
Gray.
No.
What?
Well, there are grays, but also I have come to the realization it is finally hitting me. I am no longer a blonde. Because of not being able to go to a hair salon and put the blonde highlights throughout my hair, which I've been doing my whole life to pretend that I'm still blonde like I was as a kid.
You're like, this is your actual natch color right now.
And it is brown. My hair is no longer blonde. Do I have to change my driver's license?
Yeah. Does this happen to a lot of blondes?
Yes, I think so. And we're in denial that we are no longer blonde.
Right.
It's a mousy brown.
Like, unless you're near albino blonde.
Right.
I think those people probably keep their blonde because you do see, like, blonde adults.
Yes. Like, my mom is extremely white blonde and has been her whole life. And now that she's, like, gray silver, it still looks beautiful because it matches her natural hair color.
I would say you're probably safe on not changing your hair color on your license. I don't think they pay much attention to it, seeing how I have a hair color on my license.
I didn't even think about that.
And I haven't had hair on my head
Is that what bald people put when they update their driver's license? Hair color, none.
F off.
Not available.
Mind your own business.
So I just wanted to put this out there that it is time. If you're listening right now and you still think you're a blonde, odds are you aren't. So come to terms with it. Look in the rear view of your car and accept it. We are no longer blonde bombshells. We are mousy brown.
Mm-hmm. Now, leaning on the stereotypical jokes from like the 90s, does this mean you get smarter now?
Hey, that is so outdated.
Play 107.
It's time for Learn Stuff Friday, where Lisa will educate us on a new subject.
Yeah. Does everyone remember growing up and seeing those Canadian heritage commercials? This one was about the invention of basketball specifically.
It sure slows things down having to climb up here every time. Well, then let's cut the bottom of the basket. But I need these baskets back.
Yeah, but I need these baskets back.
So they originally used peach baskets.
Right.
And climbing up to get the ball out, you cut the hole out in the bottom, and then they'd use a broom to hit the ball out and grab it again.
The reason we're talking about this specifically is that the basketball rules were first published in a magazine on this day in 1892. So Google is celebrating James Naismith, the Canadian inventor.
In a radio interview in January 1939, he gave more details of the very first game and the initial rules that were used. So they had the two peach baskets nailed at each end of the gym. When he blew the whistle, all the boys just ran at each other and started tackling, kicking, and punching. It was a free-for-all. They had several black eyes. One guy was knocked unconscious.
Sorry, did you say they had several black guys? What?
Black eyes.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay.
That's it. That's how the game came to be.
Interesting. And look at where it is now. Like,
it's amazing.
Talking $30-40 million a year contracts are out there now.
And I love that he lived to see it become an official event at the 1936 Summer Olympics in Berlin and the NCAA tournament in 1939.
Awesome.
Canadians.
And that's another episode of Learn Stuff Friday.
107.
My story is local and wonderful. An Edmonton ice cream shop is in the news. On Sunday, this past Sunday, employees at Kind Ice Cream, located at 76th Ave and 96th Street, learned not only basic sign language, but also the grammatical roles of facial expressions, about deaf culture, on how deaf and hard of hearing prefer to communicate, whether it's speech or sign, and the importance of inclusion. The store manager, Izzy Bergquist, was quoted saying, "We landed on this idea of a 2-hour workshop with our employees and then a full training video that we can reference as we're practicing and getting more comfortable and familiar with it." So how wonderful that a ice cream shop here in Edmonton has learned sign language to be more inclusive to deaf customers. For a business to recognize that language and the culture behind it, it just speaks volumes to the community. So big ups to them. Kind Ice Cream. I can send you the address if you'd like it on the text line.
Tell me something good.
That's a very sweet story. Plus, like, I think if you did speak sign as your first language, it would be really tricky to explain that you want an ice cream cone without somebody getting the wrong idea if they didn't speak sign. I'm serious. Like
in an ice cream shop, they would know what they're referencing.
I guess. My story is from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who just hooked up a lifelong buddy. When he was 15, he ended up in Nashville and homeless. And this gentleman named Bruno hooked him up with a place to live for free, just to get on his feet. And then when he was struggling as a wrestler, like 8-9 years later, this guy stepped up again and let him live with him for a few months to, again, get back on his feet. Well, obviously, The Rock did a pretty good job of getting on his feet and decided to pay Bruno back. So found out his vehicle wasn't working real well and just went and dropped him off a brand new truck.
Love it.
Yeah. I think he also gave him a fairly significant check because Bruno's like, I'm financially stable forever now.
Wow.
But The Rock only really posted about giving the truck. But still, cool story.
Tell me something good.
It's time for Unsung Heroes, where we give shout-outs to people, places, and things that maybe don't always get the attention they deserve.
Shout out to NHL 7 nights a week. Guess I'll watch Bridgerton on my laptop. Everyone's hogging the TV.
At least you can lock your door to your room now, right?
Episode 5.
Speaking of hockey, shout out to McDavid for being faster than a jaded ex posting sexy selfies after a breakup.
And inspirational quotes. Shout out to family-sized Dorito bags. Guess I am family. Because I just cleared the entire thing on my own.
I am family. Shout out to the 7,000-word essay written about the backstory of when you first discovered the recipe that I have to scroll through before I actually get to the recipe. Spent an extra 15 minutes looking for what ingredients I needed in Sobeys yesterday. Got COVID.
No, you did not. Shout out to this very mild winter. We all need to realize that once minus 40 hits again, our skin will literally turn into flaky croissants. We will be walking pastries.
Shout out to the wind the last few days. Do you know what wind's favorite color is?
No, what is it?
Blue.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Shout out to influencers that are on a beach right now posting that they're hashtag blessed. Pretty sure you spelled selfish brat wrong. That was good. Was that a solid burn? Was I?
You were going to go with a different B word there.
I was going to go with a different one, but yeah.
And finally, shout out to going to the bathroom in the corner of your friend's yard on Monday because you can't go inside with the regulations. Here's hoping it's a number 1. I noticed when I used the word heck when my daughter was around the other day that I was being responsible, but I also sounded like a bit of a tool. So I wanted to see if there are some other examples of things that you have done that are responsible but can be maybe deemed unattractive.
I have a perfect example of something that I do every single day, and I pray no one witnesses me doing it.
Okay.
When I take the stairs down, I have to go like one step at a time. So like one foot on the step and then the other. So I'm not walking
2 feet steps.
the 2 feet per step because I have such a bad knee and I don't want to risk injuring myself and not being able to like live my life and clean and go up and down the stairs to do laundry and stuff like that. So it probably looks so unattractive, but I'm being responsible. I'm taking care of myself.
I'm judging you.
I know. It's such an ugly thing to witness. We should get a video of me doing it today.
Like, I had knee surgery and I run down the stairs.
So I'm like holding on to the banister, leaning on it.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Perfect example. We want to hear yours. Something responsible you do that's fairly unattractive.
Mark wrote in saying, this isn't me, but my wife, when she expresses or squeezes our dog's anal glands when they get full.
Okay.
Vets charge a lot. It's totally responsible, but not attractive.
No.
Cleaning up after my dogs. Pick up some poop. It's not that hard.
It's true, though. Like, I don't know if there's any girl that could be hot enough that if I saw her walking with a bag of dog poop, I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually live out in Sylvan, and it's just like there's dog poop everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's so gross. Pick it up.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate it.
I saw a TikTok video of a boyfriend opening up to his girlfriend when he got home from a dog walk, and he's like, I saw a woman holding her poop bag from the bottom. Like cupping it and holding it down the path.
The warmth.
What are you
Responsible not
doing?
to spill it.
Yeah,
maybe.
but like gross.
Some other examples that don't have anything to do with dogs' butts are couponing. Great text.
Ooh, true.
Wearing a turtleneck in the winter to stay warm.
Just trying to stay warm, man.
Having a new driver's sign on the back of my car.
Kara wrote in saying, using my signal light in a parking lot.
Eric says, I wear knee pads for winter biking. I know I don't look cool, but they're fairly protective. So 780-784-7107. Keep these rolling in. What do you do that's responsible but not that hot?
I have my period. Because it is responsible, but yeah, we can't help it.
Play 107.
This is Two-Headed Therapist.
When the world reopens up, what should be the first thing that I do?
Well,
I
would
probably
go
fishing.
and
Try
some
fish.
Fishing.
I think you can do that now, can you? Yeah.
I think you can.
Yeah, you can.
That was a terrible answer. This text from Darren says, I'm looking to lose a quick 10 pounds. Do you have a suggestion?
I
Think
you
should
cut
off
your
leg
done. That's probably 10 pounds.
at least. Okay, this advice is not going as well as...
No, this is the two-headed therapist.
Amanda says, my boyfriend never cleans up after himself.
Ooh. Throw
Him.
out.
Okay, that's quick and important. 780-784-7107. Janelle, what do you got?
I was wondering if you guys could answer my question about how do I get a boyfriend?
Ooh, okay. Well,
Why
don't
you
get puppy
and
go
to
the
dog
park
lots
this
year? It's pretty good. There's
That's actually really good
There are a lot of
advice.
single dudes there that are obviously responsible if they can handle taking care of a dog.
And you got to go to the dog park near the Valley Zoo because they're most likely rich.
Good point. Good point. Okay, well, I'm on my way to the SPCA right now.
Perfect.
Thank you for the call. We've got this text from Chelsea. Quick backstory. She won her way onto a trip with our station to Mexico.
And this was a few years ago now.
And then one of our good friends was also on the trip, and he's like, who's that?
We were like, that's Chelsea. She won her way on. Don't even try. Don't ruin this trip for our listener. And he's like, all right. And now they're engaged.
They're engaged and they're getting married. She just asked this. What type of wedding dress should I get?
How
About
you
get
one
that's...
tight? I don't know. It's a hard question.
I was
don't know what to tell you.
thinking the same thing. Wonderful day for all our listeners named Janis out there.
Why?
Well, it's January 15th.
What?
It's January 15th, so I just wanted to give
Janis.
some love to all of our listeners named Janis.
That doesn't make any sense.
It does.
Oh, it's like the Pen 15 joke.
What's the Pen 15 joke? Oh. Okay, yes.
Jan 15 spells Janis.
Yes.
So it's like the Pen 15
we
joke.
got it. We got it. Yeah.
You turned so red when you got what I meant.
I was embarrassed that I was making fun of you for not getting it, but Janice Irwin, MLA, just responded to Dr. Janice Geary's tweet that said, to everyone's favorite MLA and fellow Janice, very happy Jan 15 day to you. And she responded, oh my goodness, I thought I was the only one who knew about this sacred day. Thank you, Dr. Janice. Happy day to us all.
So it's Janice Day.
It's Janice Day today.
Okay, well, the only Janice I don't support is the one from Friends.
Okay.
Remember? Chandler. How does she do her laugh again? What was it?
That was pretty good.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play